Hey there, everybody. This is Noah Walter. I am your broadcasting host for tonight, and I am here with the Stirling Sim Street Stock series, following along with a bunch of our drivers. And today, we've got quite a show for you here at the Lone Star State with Texas Motor Speedway. Let's bring up our stream here. Oh, we're not. Also cool. There we go. Sometimes it likes to just be a pain. You know how it goes. While I'm at it, let's put that up too. There we go. In any case, we're super glad that everyone's able to be with us here tonight. It's quite a race we got ahead of us. Well, we'll fix that later. Anyway, right now, Will Cloud is your leader in practice. He's doing mighty fine. And I'm here with my drink. I'm going to be taking a sip out of my homebrew racing mug. Video is available to see that up on the YouTube channel. It's a great mug, and I really do like it. Also, I just got an update. We have a new version with the homebrew logo on both sides. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with it, but just on the one because, I like it. But it is available on both for our people that like them on both, which is more than understandable. In any case, we're going to have quite a show for you here tonight. It's going to be quite exciting, and I think it's going to turn out really well. Let's follow along with the number 48 of Will Cloud here. I'm using a bit new of a camera system here, so bear with me as I figure it out a little bit more. Looks like cars are just... He wants to just pop around. If needed, I'm going to head back over to... the system that I do know. There we go. Should stay on him now. Let's head over to a different camera. There we go. Look at that. Will Cloud driving the ERA Sim Sports Homebrew number 48 machine. Looks a little bit silly with all the sponsors on it, but you gotta love it. Bryn George is going to be behind him. He is another extremely fast driver here. He's actually second right now in our qualifying session. The top 10 board I will bring up in a little bit. I believe if I bring up... There we go. These are just based on their relative position right here. But, it's fine. Bryn George is now going to be... Oh, look at that. They're not based on relative. Perfect. Looks like Bryn George is now going to be your fastest driver here. That is mighty fast of him. Sorry, my ATVO, I didn't have programmed quite right. That's why it was looking a little bit weird, but now it's up. Got a race control with us here tonight. Always going to be good. I expect tonight to run a smooth and steady race. Bryn George is right on Will Cloud there. Although Will, as you can see by the gap there, is extremely close. Well, I guess not so much anymore. Here at Texas, the cars are in a draft a pretty significant amount of the time, which is going to make things interesting. Bryn is now going to pull off, knowing that he can be mighty quick here. Scott Whiteman is going to be in is going to be in third place here in practice. That is great out of him. He's usually fast most of the time, but sometimes Scott just pulls it out of nowhere and likes to be extremely fast. So for Scott, good for you, man. And I hope that you continue to be quick coming up as we continue to go on. Let's get a little bit of info on our drivers here. You can see Scott there with his information. He's currently third and got that stuff. It's going to be a little bit more filled out when we go into the race session. Make a little bit more sense. There's Brad Whiteman there, too, in the number 92. He always has a great paint scheme. Running his nice Bush one tonight. As it is the 23rd, even if that's not when you're watching this over on our YouTube, I do want to say a happy holiday season to everybody, and I'm sure that we're all going to have a great season. Heading over to Scott's fast lap thing, we can actually see how well he's doing at the moment in his lap time. So it's a new cool thing that we're able to get courtesy of our ATVO creator. In any case, it is going to be quite a race here tonight at Texas. I'm sure a lot of our drivers are excited to keep going throughout the season. Gonna have some good racing here tonight. Actually, let's see if I can get one of our drivers up with us to get a short pre-race interview. How do I do that? Oh, there we go. I didn't want to bring him up here with me for whatever reason. It's been kind of annoying.
Worse at me than me at holding a line with street stock. Holy shit.
Hi, Hunter. This is Noah up in the admin booth. Can you hear me?
What?
Hi.
Hi.
You're up in the admin booth. Sorry for the sudden jump. I see that you're in the middle of a sentence. We have a little bit of time left in practice here tonight. How are you doing in your practice session?
I'm feeling good. The car feels smooth. I've always liked these bigger tracks. I've always seemed to succeed a little bit better on them. I feel like anybody that can make it to the end of a track like this can have any chance at winning.
Absolutely, for sure. I mean, even a little bit earlier in the series for the trucks, you had a great finish here. You're able to finish in a really nice position.
Yeah, I've always liked this track in real life and on the sim.
That's great. I'm glad that you're able to have such an upbeat attitude about how we're doing here with our different series. How do you think you're going to finish here tonight?
I'd be happy to get a top 10 at this series. It seems to bring a lot of people, so a top 10 is always my goal.
That makes plenty of sense. I think that tonight you definitely do have a chance of succeeding that, although our driver list for tonight is pretty big.
Yeah, I saw that. Pretty good to see.
Absolutely it is. Is there anything you'd like to say before we get into practice? Not practice, qualifying.
I'd just like to thank my team for letting me race with them this year.
All right, Hunter, that makes a lot of sense. We'll see if I give you a post-race interview, especially if you get that top 10.
Yes.
All right, talk to you soon, Hunter.
Yeah.
All right. There's Hunter back in his chat there. Just going to get a little bit of my stuff open here as we continue to roll forward. All right. We continue on throughout practice here, and I'm excited to say that our drivers are doing phenomenally well as we continue to roll through. Oh, look at that. Brad Whiteman is able to get a 10th place start there. Great on him. Oops. Gotta close that out. Hopefully our race control can be back here shortly. Sometimes internet issues like to plague up. Make sure you check out our homebrew racing stuff. We always have some great things going on, such as our truck series, which takes place on Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Also, be sure you check out our SK Modified series. That takes place at Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Terpstra up in the 4th position here in the rest of practice. That is going great for him. He probably does have a good chance of finishing really well tonight as he bump drafts off of Marshall Harris there. Let's pop around with our most exciting here as we get over to the TV2 camp. Jesse Atkinson in 6th position there. Looks like he is up to some good here. He's had a couple rough races with our homebrew racing series that we've been having going on, so maybe he can get a good finish tonight. Although his last finish at Texas was a 10th place position in the truck series. I'm sure he's looking to get better on that one. Ooh, there's Bryn George having an issue on the front stretch here. Last season, actually, with Texas, Bryn George was your winner. So maybe Bryn is hoping that he can channel some of that back. So. Alright, and here we are as we move into qualifying. We'll be right back as soon as we head into qualifying.
Rolling Star!
Hey everyone, I want to apologize for we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here. iRacing decided it wanted to put me into test drive mode, which is not quite supposed to happen. So it looks like we're going to be missing out a little bit on qualifying, but I'll make sure that we come back in shortly. Apologies for the delay. Alright, looks like I got my stuff back in at least somewhat working order here. Let's bring up my racing here. Looks like it just decided that it didn't want to work anymore. So, yep, I am live, just making sure. So right now Scott is going through our previous procedures, and at this moment I believe it is a great idea for me to quickly run through our anthem. All right, thank you everybody. As we are taking a look at our qualifying information here. All right, I believe that is our qualifying board there. So let's get our grid open. So it looks like in first position, oh boy. So in first position is going to be Will Cloud. In second looks to be Bryn George. And third is going to be Josh Redden. In fourth, I believe that is Brady Floyd. Oh boy, that's not working. Anyway, I'll get that fixed later. Let's just follow along with our drivers here. That's Brady Floyd in fourth. In fifth is going to be the number 97 of Marshall Harris. And in sixth is going to be Jesse Atkinson on the outside. In seventh position on the inside is going to be Zachary Thornton. On his outside, I believe that is Brad Whiteman. It is. Good for Brad getting that position. And then rounding out the rear of our grid is going to be Hunter Terpstra and Scott Whiteman. We approach the green here as we follow along with our drivers. I don't know why it's saying that Marshall Harris is our leader, because he's not. But sometimes that's the quirks of a new system here. So let's get excited as we are about to go in with our first lap.
Green flag.
Our drivers are off, and that is Will Cloud off to a pretty good start with Bryn George on his outside looking a little bit faster. Is Bryn going to be able to get ahead as the number 48 keeps that inside line? Ooh, they're about to make it 3 wide with Brady. Okay. Looks like they don't quite make it 3 wide. Brady Floyd decides to back out of there because that is a risky maneuver to do, especially on that first lap. Will Cloud off to a great start. Josh Redden able to keep that inside line, which is going to be mighty important here. Scott falling back a little bit. Probably saw some sketchiness up there and was like, no thank you, sir. Looks like we got our leader thing back working again, and there's Bryn George in second position on that outside line. Our drivers are looking kind of keen to it. Maybe it's a bit faster with the setup we were running here, which is available in our Discord. Make sure you check that out. Our drivers keep running by here as they go across the start-finish line. That is Will Cloud able to lead that first lap of the race. Awesome. That is great by Will. That is going to definitely make it interesting as we continue to run out through this track. In second place, looks like Josh Redden was able to get through as Zachary Thornton shoots up to the outside, gaining a ton of positions. That is now him in fourth place when he started pretty far back in the field. That is going to be mighty dangerous and something he's going to have to watch out for. Look, Josh Redden going below the circuit there. That looks a little bit dangerous. Goodness. Will Cloud still able to lead through here, and we're going to follow along now with Brady Floyd. follow along with him, as we can see, as he's rushing by here. Let's actually take a look at some comparison here with the car ahead of him. That is going to be Zachary Thornton. So these two, it looks like Thornton is a bit faster as they run by. Let's see what happens when we go across the start-finish. Oh, we already went across the start-finish. Looks like... Oh, fastest lap is now going to Brady Floyd, as Brady was able to get on Thornton. Now, we see that Jesse is behind. So, looks like these two are very evenly matched as they come through this section. It looks, I believe that is going to be as they run. Oh, man, that is some risky maneuvers. What is Thornton doing going already on the inside? What is he doing? That is mighty risky as he moves himself into second place. Well, I guess technically third still with Bryn still there. That is very risky. Brady still right behind them. Is the number 48 of Will Cloud is able to maintain his lead. Will Cloud is our only ERA driver here. It looks like he's going to be fighting solo on this one. Oh, is that an intentional move on Thornton there? That is going to be something we're definitely going to follow along with. Is now Thornton is going to be the driver in the lead. And there we can follow along with the car behind. There, that is going to be Brady Floyd in second position. Will Cloud moved back into sixth. That is an unfortunate thing to happen. He has Jesse on his outside, who is definitely going to be willing to make up some positions here, as they're running so dangerously throughout this race. It's a 45-lap race here, and we're only on lap number 6, so getting this risky is not worth it this early in the race. Looks like Brady Floyd is able to move Thornton out of the way and get himself into the lead, with Marshall Harris now coming into that second place spot as Thornton is on the far outside. Will Cloud looking to make up some positions. Is that going to be Will back into third? Although Thornton is getting mighty run on the outside. Oh, that's right into the wall. Unfortunate. Uh-oh. Looks like we're having a bit of popping issues now. That is not good. Thornton is essentially... Uh-oh. There we go. Back into the race. See Brady Floyd leading. That is Will Cloud now into second position. That is really going to be some tight maneuvers because Will is fast here. We've seen that before. Will, off his previous race win with the Truck Series, is definitely going to want to make something happen here. He's looking to get as many team points as possible. Will looking on the outside, not quite going to take it. Going to come back down. Atkinson up into third. Jesse is going to be on fire here tonight, as I'm sure he really wants to keep them in positions. Marshall Harris is keeping some pretty good pace as well, and currently into fourth. Oh, looking a little bit loose on the outside there. That is not a good sign for our drivers, because that means they're going to fall back more and more. We run through Will on the outside, struggling badly, as Jesse is now up into second position. That is great for Jesse, and he's only 0.1 of a second behind. That is really going to make things interesting as they continue to run through. If he can stay on Brady, that is definitely going to change things up. If we look actually on Jesse, we can see hit. Oh, looks like Will is falling a little bit back now. So if we follow along with Will, we can see that Bruno is behind him, but now it looks like Marshall Harris is going to. Let's change that to a car ahead. Bryn is now only a bit ahead of him, so if that is a gap that Will is going to be able to close, he's definitely going to want to take it as soon as possible. Top 5 here, running extremely strongly. They're able to get some pack racing in here at Texas. Marshall Harris seems kind of keen to that outside, although you can see the issue he has when he continues to just run out. Let's get a little bit of lap information in there. Marshall Harris now coming on that inside line to maintain his 5th place. As long as he can get some good finishes in as well, Marshall Harris is going to be in a good spot. Following a little bit with our drivers a little bit further behind. Let's take a look at Scott, see how he's doing. Running kind of by himself out here. What about Josh Redden? Same kind of situation. Thornton back on track. He is. Looks like he had a bit of an issue there and was able to come back. Brad Whiteman also running in the back. Hunter Terpstra pretty far back as well. Looks like he might have had a little bit of a collision issue there. Unfortunate for him. Here's Jesse. Looks like our drivers are getting a little bit antsy up here in the top 5. Brady's still able to lead with Jesse, pushing him basically as hard as possible. Now Bryn is looking to see if he can capitalize on that as they're getting a bit loose. Will Cloud looking to see if he can capitalize, now in 4th position after starting in 1st. That is going to make some things quite rough here. And I'm sure that he is going to want to come back as quick as he possibly can. You can see with Jesse, though, that he's running some pretty consistently fast laps, so if that's something he wants to maintain, then he absolutely should be able to. Let's take a little bit of his stint information there. So our drivers are 14 laps in, nobody is pitted, so if these drivers can maybe get a pit in, their tires are going to be able to allow them to go a bit faster. Marshall Harris on that outside looking to see if he can get by Will. It's been kind of working for him, but maybe if Marshall and Will can work together, that's going to make a better result. Dean Qualley unable to make this race tonight due to some unfortunate circumstances. ERA Sim Sports is definitely going to be missing him. Jesse with a pretty good I rating here. He's approaching not quite there, but he's approaching the limit of the Stirling Sims series. So if he continues to run some races, he might be one person to drive out. But he goes into the wall. What an unfortunate move to the outside there. That is going to hurt him bad. Let's actually take a look and see what happened there. That is rather unfortunate to see out of Jesse, who's been so far so fast here. What happened? Looks like he's running pretty cleanly there. Let's head over to TV 1 cam, because yikes. Looks like he just moves up to the outside and maybe loses his ability to steer out of nowhere. Yikes, that is unfortunate. Hopefully as we continue to run through, he is going to be able to make up some ground back, because that is going to put him into 5th position, which is something I'm sure he is not looking forward to. Will Cloud in 4th here. It's just Marshall Harris was able to move himself up into 3rd position on the outside of Will there. Although that is one less person that Will has to worry about now as he's fallen a bit back. But don't count Jesse out, because it looks like he is catching up fast. So take a look at Will's lap at the moment. He's currently running 36s there. Let's see what happens as they continue to run through. Brady Floyd maintaining his lead for the moment, although Marshall Harris is looking quite interested on that outside position if he can get into this race a bit more, but he continues to run wide on that outside, which is going to make things difficult, as I'm sure Bryn is looking for any opportunity he can to try to get by Brady. So as we continue throughout the Lone Star race here, as we enter lap number 19 of 45, it is going to continue to get interesting here. Looks like Marshall Harris is struggling a little bit, but although he's going to have Jesse with him now, maybe those two can start drafting together a bit more and really make something happen. Will Cloud running in fourth still, trying to get up into a third position. As you can see the run as they go through the quad oval and the backstretch, the outside gets such a good run, which is what is allowing them to stay in contention. But as we can see going through the corners, the bottom line is just so much faster. If it continues to run at this rate, it looks like it is really going to be a drag race to the finish kind of a race. Let's ride along with Will Cloud, actually. Sometimes it's a little bit interesting to see the inside, what these drivers are actually seeing. Let's see. As we head into the cockpit camera. You can see as they run through these corners, the car just tries to slide up. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there between the 97 and the 8. Looks like they are able to hold it completely cleanly, though. Good for them. You can see what I mean, though, with how the inside line is just able to be so powerful as these drivers are able to just keep with each other. Although Will gets forced down a little bit, that is going to be a bit interesting as these drivers are getting a little bit more racy. I believe that is going to be Will into third at this rate, because that's going to make Marshall a little bit interested in backing out of there. As he comes down to the inside, is he going to be able to get by Bryn? Not quite. He doesn't quite move him out of the way, but that is very close to doing so. Let's get a little bit out of the outside camera again, because we really need to follow what's happening. You can see Marshall Harris as he's falling back as he had to get a little bit concerned about their contact. Brady diving below the line there. What is up with that? Are these drivers struggling to hold their line as they continue to run through here? It is definitely possible, and that can really change up the effect of this race. There's the number 97 into the wall. He keeps it clean. It's into the wall again. Oh, he takes out Jesse. That is going to be a two-car spin as the caution comes out here, as that is going to make it much more interesting as these drivers are going to now want to pit. Actually, let's go take a look at what has happened there, as that is so unfortunate for these drivers. That is going to completely change what we see out of our standings as well. Let's get a little bit of a good camera angle so I can show you guys as we continue real time. All right, let's take a look as we go into the in-game camera. All right, so here is Marshall there. Let's see what happens. The number 97 goes to the outside, just hits the wall and spins and takes out Jesse by accident. That is unfortunate, and they're going to set them both back really far. As Josh Redden and Scott Whiteman are able to now get into a bit better of a position, which I'm sure they are absolutely desperate for. What this also means, though, is that Hunter Terpstra is able to put himself into a great position where he's no longer in 10th position and is behind the pack when they start racing again. As Marshall Harris comes into the pits. Looks like everyone is coming in for tires at this point. As you can see, our drivers in pit lane board, everyone is in, except Hunter Terpstra. Let's actually see where Hunter is at the moment. Unless that is Hunter going to be... Yep, Hunter is going to be coming in now. Yikes, everyone is in. Unfortunate. That is going to make things a lot more difficult for these drivers who really are going to have to battle to see where they can get. Now that everyone's on fresh tires, that is absolutely going to make a difference. I believe off of pit road, though, that is going to put Brady Floyd maintaining first position in a pretty good lead. Bryn George in second place. Let's see how the number 48 of Will Cloud is doing. Is he leaving the pits now? Yes, he is. I believe that's going to, yep, that's going to put him into fourth position. That is going to be rough. So if everyone is coming for pits, that is going to make things difficult. sending our race control a message here, seeing what is going to happen to our drivers, as that is such an unfortunate accident, but it does happen, and that's racing for you. When we catch back up to when we're about to go green again, I'll be right back. Just realized now that my in-game was still showing, even though I had clicked on Be Right Back. That's awesome. Thank you, Streamlabs. In any case, it looks like the verdict is that the EOL was given to the 97 of Marshall Harris, but unfortunately it looks like he had connection issues and manually disconnected. It's unfortunate, as he was in a pretty good spot, even starting from the rear. He was very fast, so it's going to be rough for him. Although, as we can see now, that means Brady Floyd is going to be in first position with Bryn George on the outside. That means also that Josh Redden is going to be taking up third place, with Will Cloud on the outside. Pace car is about to go green here, so I'll prepare my green flag animation there. Our drivers are going to be excited to get going. Hunter as well, as he's able to keep up some good positions, as our pace car is about to come off. Pace car is off, and it's about to go green at Texas.
Green flag.
There it is. That is the green flag given, and that is our drivers off at the Lone Star State once again. Brady Floyd off to a good start. Bryn George on the outside, a little bit slow. Josh Redden moving up to third. Will Cloud diving in on that inside. He knows that he's going to be faster down there. Looks like Zachary Thornton had connection things either. Oh, they're going 3 wide. Looks like there was a little bump from the 127 there on the 92. That is unfortunate. Scott moving up pretty quickly now as he shoots up. Scott getting a huge run. That is going to make things absolutely different as we continue racing here. If that is going to be the precedent that keeps getting set, then we're going to see our drivers rushing fast. Hunter diving down. Is he going to have an issue? Nope, he runs okay. Looks like he had a bit of an issue there. It looks like now that Bryn George is going to be in the lead. What a change. This has been everything going absolutely crazy all at once. Bryn George still your leader with the number 20 of Brady Floyd behind him. Josh Redden, the number 28, in third position, although it looks like the number 48 of Will Cloud is absolutely interested in trying to make something happen there. If he can, he's definitely going to take it. He's on the inside. Is he about to get by Josh? It looks like he is. That is Will Cloud into third position. Although it looks like Jesse is very interested in trying to get by and moved up into fourth position. Our driver's looking mighty low here, seeing if they can get the fastest line all the way around. Bryn is looking very fast as they rush through. Scott Wyman now in his sixth position. It looks like that run he was having is not quite going to last forever. Hunter up into seventh. You can see our 2 down drivers there. 3 and 4 laps each off the pace as they have been disconnected. We come in with only 14 laps left to go now here at the Lone Star State of Texas. Will Cloud putting a pretty decent block on Jesse, though. Looks like he's trying to fake him out going high. Although Brady and Bryn are going to be trying their best to work together as to see if they can pull away. So maybe we're going to see some tandem drafting here, especially if Scott and Hunter can catch up to Josh there. Jesse looking on the outside, just seeing if he can get a peek to see if he can get by the number 48 there. Looks like Jesse's running a little bit wide. Josh looking interested. Oh, looks like they're going to check up a little bit there. Unfortunate. The 127 and the 28 can break away. Maybe they can try to run an outside line and maybe get somewhere else. We've seen that the outside has a pretty good run as they continue to go through. So if the outside can maintain a good run, we'll see how fast these drivers can really get. Here they are completing another lap. Let's, I believe we're on Wood Cloud at the moment. Yes, we are. Let's see what his comparison is to Jesse. So it looks like throughout the track, they are literally the exact same speed going down to the, wow, that is a very, very slim margin between them. We'll see what happens this lap as they run through. If they're running that close together, then it is really going to be a spell to see who can really get somewhere. All of our drivers currently at the moment, having one pit stop, and are now 8 laps in on their tires. Forgot that it covers up that one. Silly me. Let's take a look at this fast lap at the moment. It looks like running through, it looks like Will was able to go faster than Jesse throughout this lap, but although in the backstretch they are absolutely on each other. So maybe that is really going to cause a difference here. You can see as they complete their lap now, it looks like Jesse was faster that lap by just a slim margin, 0.01 of a second. That is such a close difference. Let's check in on Bryn George and see how he is doing with handling the car behind him, as he has been your leader for the past several laps. There we are. So it looks like Bryn is able to maintain a pretty good lead on Brady there. They are teammates, so I do imagine they're going to be working together as much as they possibly can to try to get a decent place. See Josh Redden looking at it. Oh, is that a bump from Jesse? Gonna send Will on the outside? Oh man, that is unfortunate, moving Jesse up into 3rd position. That is great for Jesse. He is definitely gonna try to get somewhere with that one. Will filing now into 4th position, now in front of Josh Redden. It looks like our other drivers towards the back here, such as Scott and Hunter running wide out there. But Brad too, they are able to keep up with these guys. Last time we saw that there was a big separation. I think they have a little bit of contact up there. Oh man, that is Jesse Atkinson into 2nd position. He is on a move. Oh, there's a huge wreck back there. Goodness, my camera was not set up for that one. Let's go back and see what happened there, as we are now under caution. So let me go see what happened. That is unfortunate. The thing with that one is I don't even know who was really fully caught up in that, because that was just such a mishmash of drivers. As we now take a look through. It looks like here, let me bring it up. All right. Here we go. All right, so let's see what happened here. It looks like Brady got slowed down and it sent them 3 wide. Oh, then the 48 gets into the wall, gets loose, takes out... Ooh, he just... Oof, unfortunate. Taking out a ton of drivers as they run through. Going back. Completely unintentional, but a lot like Marshall, it just happens, which is unfortunate. That does mean that Jesse Atkinson is going to be in a pretty good position, though. A lot of our drivers are probably going to end up pitting this time as well. Yeah, that is just about everybody coming into the pits. It looks like Brady decides otherwise, though, and he is going to go continue on. So let's take a look at our drivers in pit lane here. That is Jesse, Will, Brad, Josh, Scott, and Hunter. That is just about everybody except for Brady and Bryn, who are going to stay out and make things interesting. Let's follow along with Hunter now, too. See how he's doing. Unfortunate. You can see with our drivers, though, it's definitely going to make things interesting as we're going into the last couple laps here at Texas. Got a notice from race control. It looks like the number 48 for causing that caution is going to get himself an EOL. That is tough news there for Will. But it happens in racing, so hopefully Will going forward can come back from the end of the line and really make something happen, as so many of our drivers are now still on the lead lap. That means Will is going to have to get through Scott, Brad, Josh, Jesse, Brady, and Bryn, which is going to make things very difficult. Sadly, Hunter goes down a single lap, moving himself into 8th position. That is a tough break for him. He'd been running so well, especially in that last one before he got caught up in that. If only he was able to avoid it a bit more. Is that Hunter still in the pits? I am caught up, aren't I? Yeah, I am. Oh man, Hunter's still in the pits. I think he had some pretty significant damage on that one. Hopefully he is going to have enough time to at least finish. There he is. He's coming out good. He's going to be able to make it. Although he is 2 laps down. That is rough for him. Sorry to hear that, Hunter. Let's take a look at our drivers here. Let me exit out that pit board. There we go. See Bryn there in his usual paint scheme that he ran last season as well. Usually looks good. Brady, the one that he's been running as well, and Jesse in his Atkinson Designs paint. Josh Redden has been continually running his Dunder Mifflin paint. Good for him. Brad running his Bush paint. Oh, Hunter gets a wave around. Good for Hunter. Scott is going to be running his Woodbeck and Stirling Sim paint. Will Cloud in his ERA Sim Sports machine, sponsored by NET and Dye. And Hunter in his Hemophilia Ontario street stock that he's been running recently. Catching back up to the front of our field, Jesse Atkinson in 3rd place here on... Yep, 3rd place. It looks like there's a little bit of an issue there with lights off at the pace car. Is absolutely going to try his best to make it interesting here. Brady, what is he doing so far back? Hopefully he's not trying to jump the pace car. Nah, it does not look like it. All right. 5 laps left to go with 4 when the pace car comes off. So many of our drivers going to try to make it interesting. Will Cloud in 7th, such a serious contender, started in 1st. How far is he going to make it? Scott Whiteman, another driver that was extremely fast. How far is he going to go? Brad Whiteman, him as well. What are they going to do here at the Lone Star State? Can Bryn hold his lead? The pace car comes off as we follow along with Bryn now as they get off to the green flag. Bryn is off to a pretty good start. Looks like Brady got a little bit better of one. Jesse looking pretty fast as well, getting himself that guaranteed spot there. Scott puts a little bit of a block on the 48 there, not going to let him by easy. Brad Whiteman looking pretty quick too as he continues to ride that bottom. Josh is going to maintain 4th position. The 2 Extreme drivers are now running side by side, but it looks like Bryn is just having a little bit faster of a line on that inside. Brady moving into 2nd, Jesse in 3rd. Josh Redden looking interesting in 4th. As he's riding a little bit further back. Can the top 3 drivers really keep so far separate? Will Cloud looking on the outside of Scott. Is he going to come down and try to make it by? Looks like he might be. Let's follow along with Scott here. Yep, it looks like Will was able to make it by Scott just a little bit quicker. As he is now catching up to Brad. I believe he's going to try to shoot up on the outside again. That worked last time, but now Scott is going to have a good run as they come in on the inside. Nope, he's not going to be able to do it. Brad running a little bit wide. Will is now going to be looking on an absolute train to see if he can get through. Scott not willing to help out Will there with a bit of a draft. But that forces all those drivers out wide. Looks like we're going to have some pretty clean racing as we continue with 2 laps left to go. Almost to the white flag. As Will Cloud is still struggling to get through. Bryn George leading a ton of these since his last here. I believe he's going to be on older tires. He is. He's only had 1 pit stop, while a lot of the other ones have had 2. I wonder what that's going to make in our white flag, which we are almost halfway to. Brad's still putting on a pretty good defense there on Will. Can he hold him off? It looks like Will's going to go to the outside and not able to get by. Jesse Atkinson a little bit further back. Is Jesse going to wait for Brady and Bryn to try to mess each other up? But they're teammates. They usually work well together. We saw that last season. Brady and Bryn were always together trying to get the way through. Jesse dives up the inside. Brady looking a little bit slow. Can Jesse try to get by Brady? The 28 there is now going to be holding off the number 92. These drivers are also congested as they are in the final lap as they're ready to come off. And here we are at Texas. They go 2 wide. Who is going to get it? That means it's probably going to be a dragger to the finish. It looks like Jesse's a little bit squirrely as they run through 3 and 4. Brady just a little bit of a tap on Bryn there. Can Jesse get by? Can Jesse make it the way through? It looks like Will was able to get by Brad. They come to the white flag, and that is going to be Bryn George as your race winner once again at Texas. Will Cloud just able to absolutely snag that fastest lap at the end. I'm sure he's going to be mighty proud of that one. Bryn has gotten himself the win there. I'm sure he's mighty happy to have it. Brady so close on that finishing lap. So close. Jesse was able to get that third. Look at the gap there. You can see how close all those drivers were. They were on top of each other trying to get that position any way they could. Josh Redden finishes 4th and Will Cloud in 5th. Brad Whiteman is going to be finishing ahead of Scott Whiteman in 6th and 7th. Hunter Terpstra a lap down in 8th. And then our 2 non-finishing drivers. Pretty sure there's a familiar shot like this somewhere after Bryn got his Texas win last time. Being up in the box, let me get our top 3 in here. I do actually have my audio on this time, so it's not going to be like last where I kind of just it seemed like I was talking to nobody. Let's move Bryn up here with me. Bryn, it's Noah up in the booth. How do you feel about your win?
Oh, I'm ecstatic. That was a good finish, man. Pretty clean finish, too. I was really surprised that we didn't wreck or anything.
It was absolutely a clean finish. Everyone was on top of each other. I had the gaps open on stream. You could see everyone was within a second of each other. Actually, 0.1 of a second. All 3 of you.
Yeah, it was super close. I'm actually it was a pretty clean race. I mean, we had a few hiccups here and there, but no, it was a good race.
Absolutely was. That is going to be a strong extreme finish, 1 and 2. How do you feel about that?
I'm happy. I feel a little bad for Hunter getting that toe at the end. We were talking to him. Yeah, I do feel bad about that. I really wanted him to be there, but no, it was good for me and Brady.
It definitely was. Before actually the previous wreck, Hunter was actually looking very fast. He was able to keep up with the entire pack, but when Will hit the wall and took out a lot of the back of the field, that means Hunter was unfortunately caught up with them.
Yeah, he's been improving big time. Yeah, took him in on my team, of course, and he's gotten a lot better. And he's just getting bad luck here and there. It's sad, but he's definitely getting faster and smarter.
Yeah, it's good to see him keep improving. I'm glad that you're able to have such a good team spirit with the rest of your team.
Yeah, I do feel bad for Zach. He's having a terrible day today. I'm sure you heard the news, but about he had to put his dog down, and apparently his computer was running bad.
That is absolutely unfortunate for him to have to miss out on that, and then have the connection issues during the race too.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anyone you'd like to thank here?
I'd like to thank my team for being supportive. Good racing. I'd like to thank Noah, you for broadcasting this. Very professional, clean broadcast, and I'm happy to be in the booth for the first time. That's for sure.
They're certainly glad to have you up here. I'm gonna have to send you back down to Extreme Racing. It looks like Jesse isn't here, so I think I'm gonna interview Hunter next.
Awesome. He's doing burnouts for you right now.
I definitely have him on. Oh, it looks like he just blew up. I have him on. I have him on stream.
All right. Thank you. I'll see you, man.
See ya. All right, let's get a Hunter up here. He was able to get his finish. I'm sure he's gonna be mighty happy with that. Let's see. Move to. Come on. You can do it, Discord. I know you can. There we go. Hunter, how's it going?
Not the way I wanted the day to go, but my team finished well, so I'm pretty happy.
I mean, you were able to finish 8th place. Like, that's pretty good. You wanted that top 10.
Top 10. I said it's a top 10. I said I wanted top 10, but it's kind of not how I wanted to get it. But top 10's a top 10.
It definitely is. I saw the wreck that you were involved in towards the end. You were so fast before that. You were actually keeping up with the pack.
Yeah, the first few laps I spun myself, so I kind of fell off, and then second time I was pretty quick. I felt fast.
Well, I mean, your premonition was right. Once you got that repair, you were so close.
Yeah. And then since it's such a big track, I had to have a 3-minute 3-minute tow, so that kind of ended my day.
Yeah. It sucks that had to happen, but at least you're able to finish in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
I'm super glad you're able to get somewhere. It looks like a lot of the people that I would normally be interviewing at this point have kind of just disappeared.
Yeah, Brady had to head up to a different race somewhere else.
Gotcha. Makes sense. I'll have to interview him next time or something.
Yep.
Still, I'm glad you're... Oh, looks like Jesse's there. I'll have to interview him after you. So, is there anyone you'd like to thank out there for you, Hunter?
I'd just like to thank my family. They've let me do this iRacing stuff recently, and it's been a heck of a lot of fun. I've started enjoying it more and more, and I feel like I'm getting better and better. I'd like to thank my team for letting me race with them. I'd like to thank everybody else in the field, and I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
All right, Hunter. Thank you very much for that message. I'm going to move you down to driver's lounge. Is that all right?
Yep, that's all good.
All right. All right. Let me get Jesse up here, and he's going to be our final interviewee of the night. He was able to get a good finish in third, so let's get him up here.
Oh, well.
I keep doing it. I think that is the third time I have completely interrupted someone's sentence.
Hunter warned me. I said I don't care.
I did it to him twice. I don't think I was able to quite cut off Bren, but... All right, you got yourself a third place position, less than 0.1 of a second behind. How do you feel about it?
Pretty good. I'm at least glad I got to finish the race this time and didn't get taken out. I was talking to Bryn in the driver's lounge, and he asked me why didn't I turn him. I told him I just didn't feel like it. I was very tempted, though. So.
Yeah, I mean, Ed, you were so close to him. Everyone was getting so antsy on that white flag, but you guys kept it clean. That's mighty impressive. Usually on the white flag, everyone spins each other.
Yeah.
Still,
I have experience in that field.
Yeah. On the first wreck, it sucked that you ended up getting caught out by Marshall Harris with just that spin.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what happened. I think he just went to the tri-oval. I don't know, actually. I don't even know what happened. He just slapped the wall and caught me and kind of killed my car. At least my car would still run, but I had to take a fast repair after that one.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. It looked like he just skimmed the wall and then accidentally took you out. Did not look intentional in the slightest.
No.
Still, this has been your first podium position in the last 3 races, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've been having a bit of a rough streak, but now you're back up on the podium. How do you feel about that?
It feels good to at least get a top 3 this time and not a top 10. It's been a while since I've got in the top 3, so it feels good.
Completely understand that one. I believe last time you were at Texas, you got 10th in the trucks.
Oh yeah, that was didn't have any practice, and we don't talk about that race, but
Still, you guys had such a great race tonight. It looks like everyone's pretty all satisfied with that, which is fantastic to see.
yep.
All right, Jesse, is there anyone you want to thank out there? And I am going to have to ask you not to do the thank you did last time.
Yeah, that's kind of it's funny once, then the next time it's not funny. I gotta thank myself for making it to the finish line this time. Gotta thank Atkinson Designs as well. That's my team. I didn't have any teammates this race, so it was just me. So
A lot of drivers
Uh,
didn't actually.
yeah, and I guess thank you for broadcasting. Very nice of you. I like seeing myself on the big screen. So yeah, that's that.
All right, Jesse, I'm going to thank you for your time here. We'll probably see you next race then, especially if you can get yourself on the podium again. You get to go through another interview.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
Oh, I'm sure you're absolutely delighted.
Yes, I'm ecstatic.
All right, Jesse, thank you very much. And that is going to be the end of our stream here tonight. I appreciate everyone's time, and I'm glad that everyone is able to make it out here. Make sure you check out Homebrew Racing. Our Discord is attached, and so is our merchandise to my Twitch. Make sure you check that out. And I appreciate all of you, and I'm going to see you next time. This has been Noah Walter.